And again, that throttle response, whew, that's crazy for how big this thing is. It is, oh, and then it just hit my butt cheeks. Oh man, this is a good massage. What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and this week we've spent some time with the 2025 Toyota Sequoia. In particular, this is the 1794 edition with the TRD package as well. But this is going to be the full review. Next video, 5 things I love, 5 things to improve. We do the same thing every week, over 25,000 subscribers, so thank each and every one of you. All right, here's the layout of the review if you need to skip around. We're going to start with a cinematic, 60 seconds or less, just showing off this beautiful Sequoia 1794. And then we're going to be going around the exterior stats, figures, stuff I feel like you guys would want to know. Then we're jumping into the interior, talking through some of that, and then we'll be taking it on a drive. So without further ado, let's jump into this full review. Let's roll. This Sequoia 1794 is a 3.4 liter twin turbo 6-cylinder pushing 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Now, transmission is a 10-speed auto. Drivetrain is 4x4, part-time, of course, whenever you want it engaged. The curb weight is around 6,150 pounds, pushing it from 0 to 60 in an impressive 5.5 seconds. Max towing is 9,010 pounds with this configuration. MPG, 19 city, 22 highway with a combined average of 20 MPGs. Gas tank size is 22.5 gallons. Now, overall vehicle dimensions, you are looking at an overall length of 17.34 feet, roughly rounded, and width is around 6.6 feet without the mirrors. Ground clearance is around 8.6 inches. If you go to the TRD Pro, I think you gain roughly an inch there. Height is around 6.2 feet, again, on this particular model. Pricing starts around $62,425 on the base, which is the SR5. Tester today is roughly $85,630, including the destination charge. While we are here in the rear, let's go ahead and open the rear hatch. So we come back here, press the button. Of course, you can open just the glass as well if you would like. Let's go ahead and open this fully up. Now, you come back, you can definitely see there is a net here to keep your groceries, whatever else in, which is nice. Now, coming underneath, you can see you can pick this up. There is some storage underneath there as well. And of course, you can fold these down with the power buttons there. They'll go ahead and drop on down, which we can press. Over there, left one, helps if I read. It has an L on it specifically to tell me what is happening. Now, again, just simply press this button and up it will come. Again, like I said, fully motorized, which is nice for the third row. Now, of course, as always, I will be sure to put with the second row folded, third row folded, and just back here, all three, we'll put on the screen the cubic feet so you know how much space is there. Before moving around the vehicle, as already stated, again, you can press this button here. It will pop this, so if you just want to throw something in really quick, you absolutely can. Go ahead and shut that. The other thing to note back here is it does have, and it has a little sticker there to tell you, right? It's a little kick plate. You can scan the QR code if you need to, but nonetheless, you basically stand there, put your foot under it, boom. That way if your hands are full, right, it'll pop the rear hatch. Pretty, I don't want to say standard, but a lot of vehicles have that nowadays. So that is a nice feature, but wanted to point that out very quickly. Gas tank is located here on the driver's side. And then just coming around, you can see this is almost like a matte gloss black, which is actually kind of unique. As mentioned, this does have the TRD package on this 1794. And if we are looking for tire size, it is a 265 60 20, and they are a matte black. They definitely look quite nice. Now, if you were wondering, the color on this, I believe, is Lunar Rock, if I am not mistaken. It's really cool. It has like a hue of green, but it's also like a Nardo gray. Definitely neat. Now, keyless entry is here on the front doors. Has blind spot monitoring as well, as you can see, located right there. And as I've already said, this is the 1794 edition. You have some nice running boards there as well. Again, that's with the TRD package. And then just coming around, looking at the front, I really like the front of this vehicle. I think it looks quite nice. All LED lighting, of course, with runners. And you can see hidden in the middle, one of the cameras for the full 360. The other ones are on the mirrors, of course, and it does have parking sensors as well. I test getting in every single vehicle, so let's go ahead and open the rear door. Just taking a look, you can see you have your own little sunshade here. You can pick up and down if you would like. Taking a look at the materials. It is very firm, but it's like a soft material. It just doesn't have any give to it here. Up here, a little more give, and then more give here as well for your elbow, which is nice. Very nicely done. And then window switch, pretty basic, no wiggle, no jiggle, looks nice. Wish it had maybe a little bit more of a bezel. Again, nitpicking, but of course looks good. Moving on here, just taking a look before we jump in, you can see the captain chairs. You got your own cup holders. Over here, you've got heated and ventilated seats for the second row captain chairs and your own temperature control as well, which is a nice feature to have. In order to pop the rear seats, you just simply pull up on that. It will all fold up, and I will go ahead and show you what it is like to get in the best camera angle I can. So what I would do is probably put my foot here and then up, and then go ahead and bring you guys in here. Definitely have to duck a little bit, but not too bad. I'm 5'9" if you're new to my channel. And let's go ahead and pull the seat back down. You have a little tab there, as you can see. And you can see where my feet are currently, like you can see the latches. So we're gonna go ahead and move that around, pop that. And this is just gonna give you an idea as to how you would sit. Let me get my feet in there. It is tight, again, no question there. But once you are back here, again, you have this and you can recline. And let me just show you here where I'm kind of sitting. Press it again. That's all the way reclined. You can bring it forward. So there's a good amount of movability, if you will, adjustability, whatever you want to call it. But again, at 5'9", it is rather tight. You can see exactly where the seat would be. So it'd literally be kind of up in my knees, and I do not believe, I think these are fixed. I don't think they push forward. I will test that as soon as I get up there. First time sitting back here. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and move up to the second row. And just to show you, pulled it up very quickly, you can literally see my knees are indeed against it. We're not gonna make fun of my pasty white leg. We're not doing that, but you can see again, knees are right up against it. Okay, now for real, let's go ahead and move up there. You do have your own window shade, cup holders, stuff like that. Nonetheless, move up there. Going ahead and just stepping into the second row, which is where probably majority of you are going to be getting into if you are not driving. Most will probably not, as adults, be getting into the third row. And now that we are here, let me see if this is adjustable, and I would assume it is. Yeah, you could absolutely just lay in the person's lap behind you if you would like. If there's someone back there, wouldn't recommend it. But it does have good adjustability as well. We have our own armrests, and it is nice and cushiony. You can kind of set it wherever you want. As I already mentioned, 2 cup holders. And then also the one thing I didn't touch on was the different chargers, USB-C, USB-A, and of course, like a wall outlet. All right, that pretty much covers everything back here. And I guess I will show very quickly. Plenty of leg space. I wish this could actually move forward. Again, I just did test it. It does not. It is locked. So there's you can't go anywhere, which would give the third row a lot more space if I could just slide forward. You see I have a lot there. Headroom, tons of headroom. I would say 4 inches maybe, especially back here where the cutout is. Up there, I've probably got to get 5 inches. So good bit of space here in the second row. Wish you could actually move the seats a little bit, but maybe in a future year model. Let's go ahead and get on up into the front. Okay, testing the front, stepping on in. Very easy using the step boards, which is nice. Taking a look at headroom, I mean, buku, like 8.5, 9 inches. Of course, you can adjust that with your seat. I don't know if this is all the way down. Oh, it's not all the way down. Okay, now it's all the way down. So again, a lot of space, as you can see. And of course, you can move your seat wherever you want for leg space, so not necessarily gonna go through that. Over here, you do have mirrors that can fold, power folding mirrors, adjustability, automatic high beams up here, and then your heated steering wheel as well. And then just a few other various odds, ends, lighting, fuel, and then obviously the light at the very back of the vehicle. You can turn that on and off through the door. And then just moving on back again, window switchers, pretty basic. Nothing too fancy about them, but no wiggle, no jiggle, good quality there. Moving on to the steering wheel, nice center hold, absolutely love that. Taking a look at the actual steering wheel here with the buttons. Not too much to go over there, honestly. I mean, media controls, volume, phone control, fully digital in the middle there, as you can see. And then, of course, you do have adaptive cruise control, lane centering with cruise set. And it does have a good system there. We'll talk on that more on the drive. And then just taking a look here at the screen, and you can see it's kind of flickering right now. It's just the refresh rate. Don't worry, it doesn't do that in person. And then there's really not too much to talk about here. A lot of these Toyotas have had this for a few years, and you can see the responsiveness as far as how I'm touching everything. Like, it has good responsiveness, nice big screen, digital mirror up here. Also, you have your garage door openers underneath there. We have the sunglasses holder, and then just go ahead and open the shades so you guys can see what the pano roof consists of. Very nice, feels very, very premium, which is good. We'll go ahead and shut that. There is enough lighting for sure. Heated seats, ventilated seats as well. Dual zone climate here in the front. Again, it's tri-zone. There's another zone in the back. And then just moving on down, we can go ahead and hit the view here. Take a look again, full 360 camera. Very good quality. They've upgraded it, which is nice. But if we go ahead and throw it in reverse, just taking a look, again, you can see, I know it's camera through camera, so kind of hard to tell, but trust me when I tell you, they have done a nice job in the camera department. Moving on down, you can see it has a locker as well. You have your hazards, pretty standard. Trailer brake and stuff is over here. Now located there is your wireless charger. 2 high, 4 low, and then of course you've got your different modes for your drive mode, tow haul, crawl, MTS, and then of course you can spin it. Locates up there. You can probably see sport, and then normal, and then eco. Honestly, I found myself in normal majority of the time. Holy, I apologize for that lighting. That's terrible. Nonetheless, it is there for those 3 different ones. Got a little tray here. You can move that back if you would like. There's a button on the end. Pull that up, and it is ginormous. A lot of room in there. USB-A, USB-C, coin holders. But yeah, good space in there as well. Nice soft touch for where your elbow and arm rests. All right, I think it's gonna wrap up the interior. I think we get this out on the road and take it for a drive. As we get the Sequoia 1794 edition out on the road, my first impression was the look. I'm a big sucker for the color. I really like this color. Again, it's kind of like a Nardo gray. And it just, I don't know, it's a really good color. I really do like it. But that was my first impression, just seeing it with the color and the black wheels. I really like the black accents. Looks really nice, in my opinion. But with that said, driving it, my first impression, this thing is peppy. 0 to 60 in like 5.5. No kidding. I absolutely believe that. Without a doubt. I have not formally tested that, but I can say just stabbing it a few times, very, very believable on that 0 to 60. It has a lot of pep in its step. Again, not the most fuel efficient vehicle, but it is impressive having that kind of 0 to 60 in a vehicle of this size. Now, second impression is definitely the spaciousness. This thing feels so roomy. Like I could put my elbows out and you are nowhere near whoever is sitting next to you. In that aspect, it reminds me of almost like a Hummer, if that's something you've ridden in. It is very, very wide. There is a ton of interior space on this thing. I do, again, wish for interior space that the rears could slide forward and back. I think that would be super useful. Just depending on everyone's height, that would really, really help out. But other than that, it is very wide, feels spacious. So feels nice when driving it. Now, I will say it honestly feels big driving it as well. So if you're not looking for something that feels big, then maybe it's not for you. But the odds are you're looking for a vehicle with a third row and very spacious, and this is probably going to be a good contender for you to go check out. Now, with those three categories and noise, the three categories that I have, if you're new to my channel, are you have wind noise, you have tire noise, and then you have powertrain noise. Now, powertrain, you can absolutely hear it whenever you are hammering down. Past that, very, very maintained and quiet. Road noise is very, very good. The tires are really quiet. Even with this being the TRD package, figured they'd be a little noisier, which, in all fairness, haven't driven one that's not a TRD package on this. So maybe that makes it even quieter. And if it does, that's beyond impressive because these are really quiet as is. And then also wind noise. You can't hardly hear anything. Now, not to where it's a hazard. You can hear like sirens and all that kind of thing, but it's very maintained, very quiet. They've done a very good job. Let's go ahead and touch on our blind spots while we're waiting to get out in traffic. Left pillar is rather thick, to be honest with you, so just make sure you're being careful there. Over to the right, not too much of one, third row a little bit, but then you should be able to see in your mirror, and it is equipped with blind spot monitoring if you need it. All right, let's pop this baby in sport mode, and again, we're gonna get out in traffic here in a second. It is rush hour, so we're gonna need to get out anyway. And let's just kind of see if it kicks into the 4x4 whenever we try to get out very quick. Again, this is kind of the first time that I'm hitting it and getting it around a turn. Again, not that that's what this vehicle is. And keep in mind, you know, the wife has an SUV, and in all fairness, it is a 2021 Santa Fe. That guy is literally, oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be an accident. What an idiot. There's no turn lane here. Anyway, she has a Santa Fe. 0 to 60 on it is like 6 seconds flat, so it's not as quick as this. But for your background, I do own some exotic cars. I have a Audi R8 V10 Plus, and then I also have a C8 Corvette. So if you want to see those on the channel as well, be sure to let me know. But let's test this thing out. Here we go. Oh, a little wheelchair? This thing is crazy. And again, keep in mind what I drive. Like, I'm comparing this apples to apples, right? I'm not comparing this to my R8 V10 Plus or my C8. It's not what this is. I'm comparing this to being an over 6,000 pound SUV getting out in traffic like that. And keep in mind, this also isn't like, you know, an Urus or an RSQ5 or anything like that. Like, that's not what this vehicle is about. It is very off-road capable, but you could daily drive this thing. It's comfortable. You have, just to have that kind of speed, again, that's crazy, and what this category is for this. All right, we're coming up to the category, do that every week, or at least we try to do it every week when we are here. So let's see how it sounds. And suspension. Suspension was a little stiff, but in all fairness, I was in sport. That's on me. Hand up, on me, my fault. Should have been in normal there. Either way, little on the stiff side there, but it was absolutely fine. No complaints. Noise-wise, again, it's crazy how quiet this thing is. It's really, really maintained for the noise. Better, again, than I would expect, to be honest. All right, and then we have steering assist active. We have just a little bend right here, just kind of testing it out. You can see the wheel turning, keeping us in the center of the lane. Of course, keep your hands on the wheel. But nonetheless, lane centering on this, actually that was, what did that just say? Hold on, pause. Steering Assist Active, LTA, is what this is. I don't think it's quite lane centering though, because it is drifting a little bit. Yeah, that's not lane centering for sure. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. So this is really a lane keep assist is what that is. Now, I need to figure out if it does have, that's a good question, if it does have true lane centering or not. So I may have misspoke. I apologize. I will look that up to make sure, because to be honest, there's a few people in the press fleet that love turning off every great thing for technology that these things have to offer, and I have no idea why they turned it off, but it is what it is. So I will check that for you guys to make sure I am not missing something, because I would think this has lane centering. Almost every single Toyota vehicle has lane centering, so I don't know why it wouldn't. I'll check that. Nonetheless, moving on. Again, this thing's really quiet. Like, just, here comes a car past us. Hold on. Like, maybe faintly you can hear it, but I'm telling you, it's really, really good on how quiet it is. That really impresses me. Seats are super comfortable, really do like those. The other thing that's turned off right now is the heads-up display, so I'm gonna have to turn that on as well, so that way I can just report back to you guys what it looks like. I can only imagine display somewhere in there. Oh, it's not there. Vehicle customize, not there as well. And yeah, it definitely has heads up display. I just have to find the settings for that. General maybe? No, not there as well. All right, well, you know, seat controls, vehicle alert, it's not gonna be there. What do you mean massage? It has massaging seats? All right, come on. Are you serious? This thing has massaging seats. Hold up. Hold up. Let me report back on this. Centrifugal. We want the intensity all the way up. Turn that power. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, it's got the good balls that get you in your back. Y'all know what I meant. Y'all know the literal, if you can see the script, the balls that need you in your back. All right. Y'all know what I meant. It is. Oh, and then it just hit my butt cheeks. Oh, man, this is a good massage. This is a good massage. This is the best one in Toyota to date. I don't know if this is what is in the new Tundra capstone, but if it is, that may be a new contender for me. I'm a big sucker for massaging seats. They used to be gimmicky. It used to be like lumbar, moving around. Nonsense. This is up there with Mercedes. This is really, really good. Now, I know that sounds funny to say. Who cares about massaging seats? I didn't even know this thing had it. Which again, hand up, that's on me. But nonetheless, this is a nice massage. Oh boy, big fan here, big fan. Nonetheless, I rest my case on that. So how comfortable this thing is a daily. You have every feature you could really think of known to mankind, as long as this thing has lane centering. Again, I'll figure that out for you in a second once I come to a place where I can park and check that out. But past that, I mean, it's got everything else. I don't know what else you would want possibly on this vehicle. Let's put this thing in. All right, here's your update. It absolutely has lane centering, 100% figured it did. It is in the menu on the left-hand side of your speedometer. So if you need to access that, also in that same menu is how you control the heads-up display to turn it on. I have that on as well. So all of those, again, just wanted to update. That's how you do it very quickly. It's in the left-hand screen. Go to settings. You can find it there fairly easily. If I wanted to critique it, I would say maybe for heads-up display, kind of like Chevrolet does. They literally have a button over on the left-hand side, controls the up, down, on, off. It's very easy, very intuitive. This, again, it's not bad, but it's like some vehicles are in the screen, some vehicles are here in the middle, some like, you just got to find it. And so I did find it. That's where you do it. And again, lane centering, now that it is on, it does work. It stays dead center of the lane, and that is what you want when you have lane centering. Yeah, testing the lane centering now. I mean, dead center. Keep your hand on the wheel. You guys know the safety precaution, blah, blah, blah. I got it set, got it turned on again. Previous reviewer turned it off. I don't know why they turned it off, but they do. It works very good, just like all the other Toyota systems, and I'm still enjoying my massage. So in case you were wondering, that's what I'm gonna go do, is enjoy my massage. Sport real quick. Let's just feel the suspension. And then brakes. Brakes are obviously a little spongy, but I mean, they're, for how big this thing is, I feel completely in control. And again, that throttle response, whew, that's crazy for how big this thing is. It's really impressive in my opinion. So if you're looking for a vehicle that is off-road capable, super quiet, very comfortable, you want massaging seats, you got heads-up display, you got everything else, digital rearview mirror, heated seats, cooled seats, y'all know the game. I mean, it is a very comfortable, very daily drivable, super quiet. Honestly, way more impressed than I honestly thought I would be. I did not expect this to all be in the 1794, and this isn't even the capstone. The capstone is the highest one. So this is right below the capstone. So keep that in mind. I honestly would have to do research. I don't know what else you're going to get on the capstone. My guess is maybe some nicer headliner, maybe like a suede, something like that. Past that, I really don't know. Like, this thing has everything. So if you're looking for a comfortable vehicle and you got people to haul, need to go off-road, whatever your use case is, this thing is truly the one-stop shop, do it all. And I don't think I've said that about a single vehicle to date. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next video, 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. And as always, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.